So, health experts have called for junk food to come with cigarette-style health warnings in an effort to stem the UK's obesity crisis. I can certainly relate to that. Lockdown has not been kind, and apparently I've not got any better now it's finished. But anyway, a study published in the BMJ Global Health Journal suggested that so-called ultra-processed foods, such as wonderful stuff like cakes and cookies and... Sorry, drifted off there for a minute. Sodas, pizza, should be forced to include information on the risk of heart disease, obesity, diabetes and early death. Well, the same way, of course, that cigarette packets carry text and images conveying the risk of cancer, lung disease. We all know the drill. So this appeal follows the announcement in June of a pre-watershed ban on junk food adverts, which is expected to come into force by the end of the year. Right, Emma, I'll start with you. Is this nanny statism?
It's nanny state
is
nonsense, isn't it? The fact that they said, well, you were talking earlier about the infantilisation from the health secretary. Well, apparently in this BMJ study, they said that they thought that the public had been bamboozled by marketing, that we're, incapable of making rational judgments for ourselves. I am a big fan of healthy eating. I think it's important that people stay healthy. I do think that packets should contain accurate information about the contents. I think it's good that we have this traffic light system so that people can see the calories and other nutritional values within their food. That's all a good thing. But the idea of putting on warnings on food, as you do with cigarettes, is just, like I say, total nanny state nonsense. Stop infantilising us. We're adults. We can make our own decisions.
Well, I suppose there is an argument, I say this with full self-awareness in mind. Fat people cost the NHS a lot of money, don't they?
They do cost the NHS a lot of money, actually, to the tune of £4.2 billion a year. And I think the official statistics are that 63% of UK adults are obese. You're not obese, by the way.
Thank you very much. I was waiting for that. It took a while, but we got there in the end.
But I think I do actually agree with Emma on this. I'm not sure that having warnings on a packet of sweets is going to stop someone buying a packet of sweets. If I want a packet of sweets, I'm going to buy it. Yeah. So I think we need to look at other ways of how to solve the obesity crisis, the more effective public health approach. This is too much.
Jason, your views?
Fat people do cost the NHS money, but so do people who play sports, because they keep pulling their hamstrings and twisting their ankles.
I love that logic.
No one's done that tally.
Yeah, it's about time we had the truth. Go on.
We pay into the NHS just like everyone else does. We have just as much of a right to use it as everyone else does. This is exactly as you were saying, Emma. This is infantilising nonsense. Nobody's bamboozled by the fact that chocolate has sugar in it. It's just emblematic of this miserable worldview that you're just trying to enjoy, a nice piece of cake or something, and someone pokes their head over your shoulder. Have you thought about the diabetes risk with that? Leave me alone.
Yeah, exactly. It never ceases to amaze me. Do you remember that there was that quite famous documentary on McDonald's and they made it into a film? And in one of them, there was one where a bloke used to eat McDonald's 3 times a day for years, and then I think I'm right in saying he had a heart attack or something. And I think he sued them, right? And it's not... Well, did you need to be told that, 3 Big Macs a day was bad for you? Are they taking us for idiots, Emma?
Well, I think some people are idiots.
Be careful about calling people idiots.
Yeah. Yes. All right, Tony Blair.
They are taking us for idiots. And on a serious note, what really worries me about this is, and we've seen it with COVID, and we see it seeping into all areas of our life, that the state and the government has forgotten the proper relationship between the state and the citizen. And there's this, as you say, they're poking their nose into things that are not their business. And people really do just want to be left alone. That is a libertarian principle, to just simply want to be left alone. And I think that the thing that really worries me about this is that we do have what seems to be this kind of ballooning public health state where the government thinks that one of its core tasks is to meddle in people's health. Yes, make sure that people have access to information and are educated on how to live healthy lives, and that make sure that good, healthy food is available. But the way to do that is not by either frightening people into changing their behaviour or trying to nanny them like they're not rational adults.
Very simple. Eat less, move more.
Oh.
And there's nothing wrong
that's a slogan.
There's nothing wrong with a bit of cake either. Everything in moderation is good.
Yeah,
Everything in moderation.
Where do you stand, Jason, on the fact that we do have warnings on cigarette packages? We don't even have branding now on cigarette packages, just someone with a tumour, normally. So where do you stand on that? Should we not have that, do you think?
Well, the data shows in various case studies around the world that people quit smoking when they want to quit smoking, when they have access to the tools to quit smoking, that the NHS provides very well, and that they don't quit smoking because they've learned for the first time that smoking is harmful by seeing it on a cigarette packet. Exactly as you were saying, Emma, this is a libertarian thing, right? Boris Johnson used to call himself libertarian. He used to talk about Britain as a land of liberty. When he was elected to the Tory leadership in 2019, he talked about the need to roll back the continuing creep of the nanny state. And now he's a completely different person. I think the turning point was when he got COVID himself, and he put a lot of that down to his weight, and then he thinks the rest of us need help to lose weight, even though he didn't, which doesn't, I don't follow the logic there. He just needs to leave us alone.
I think if you cut him open, he'd just be 4/5 wheel of cheese and some port.